The sky was a perpetual twilight, no sun, only a faint, eerie glow that painted the world in shades of despair. Forests, once vibrant and alive, now stood as crimson sentinels, their leaves stained a bloody red under the unnatural light. The sea, once teeming with life, lay flat and still, its surface an expanse of oily black, reflecting the fear that had become humanity's constant companion. The air itself hung heavy, thick with the stench of decay and the unspoken terror that gripped every heart. The world had changed. The sun, our life-giver, now rose for a fleeting few hours, a cruel parody of its former glory. At 3 in the afternoon, it peeked over the horizon, a pale ghost of its former self, casting long, distorted shadows across the ravaged landscape. The transformation started slowly, insidiously. It began with a fever, burning through bodies, consuming them from the inside out. Then came the change, the vacant eyes, the greying skin, the insatiable hunger that turned men into monsters. They were once our neighbors, our friends, our families. Now they roamed the earth, driven by a primal urge to consume, to spread the plague that had gripped our world. They were relentless, tireless, their moans echoing through the desolate streets, a chilling symphony of our demise. Fear became our constant companion. It lived in our hearts, pulsed in our veins, and tainted every breath we took. We were survivors, clinging to life, but for how long? Then, at 3 in the afternoon, a glimmer of hope. As the sun dragged itself above the horizon, casting its pale light across the ravaged world, something miraculous happened. The infected, those monsters that haunted our nightmares, retreated. They shuffled back into the shadows, their relentless pursuit momentarily halted by the sun's feeble rays. It was a reprieve, a few precious hours where we could breathe, where we could regroup, where we could pretend for a little while that we hadn't lost everything. The world was still painted in shades of red and black, but under the sun's weak light, there was a glimmer of hope. We lived for those few hours of daylight. We scavenged for food, reinforced our shelters, and shared stories of the past, stories of a world bathed in the sun's warm embrace. We clung to the memories of laughter, of love, of the lives we once lived. The struggle was far from over, but with each sunrise, with each moment of respite that the sun provided, we found renewed strength. The sun, once our enemy, had become our savior, and in the face of unimaginable darkness, it gave us hope, the will to keep fighting, to keep believing that one day the sun would rise again, banishing the shadows and bringing with it a new dawn.